Hello, friends. I'm here to start a series on Civilization V: Brave New World. I'm kind of teach as I go along, and I won't be too basic about it. I'll just start a single-player game here, and let's set it up. I'll go in the advanced setup here. I'm gonna go with a random civilization because I like them all a little bit, and I guess I like getting into a game not knowing what I'm going to be doing at first. So, as far as the map, I mean, you can know what it's going to be if it's Earth, but again, I kind of like to not know what's coming up. Sometimes I like Earth, but I like Continents Plus for now. Sometimes I like Fractal or something, but Continents is usually 2. I've had 4 somewhat small continents happen before. Standard size will be 8 players, and that'll be 16 city-states, so I'll go with that. I'll go King difficulty, which is considered hard by the game, but Prince is everything's balanced for players and AI. Anything below Prince, the AI, or the player gets a buff. Anything above Prince, and the AI gets buffs. So the AI will have, I believe they start with maybe a couple techs, and have a little bit better production and culture, stuff like that, but it's not too much of a buff that they have over me. Let's see, you start in the ancient era, but you can start all the way in information. And as you can see here, there's several ways to change the game, but there are changes that, like say, younger Earth will be more mountainous, things like that. Sea level high, there'll be a lot of sea in the game and all that kind of stuff. So there's 5 victory types. The first being time, which is at 500 turns, whoever has the highest score wins. That would be a boring game. I've never seen it come to that. I usually end the game somewhere between 300 and 350, I guess. And I've seen on YouTube at least somebody win a cultural victory in around turn 170 or something, so it can happen pretty quick. Science is you gotta build a rocket ship and send it, or launch it, and that takes researching most of the technology tree to do that. And domination, you have to control all of the starting Civ's original capitals, so on a big map that's hard, and the smaller the map usually this is the easier victory to get. Cultural, you need to make great works, things like that, get your tourism up, and once your tourism eclipses the culture of the enemy civilizations, you become influential over them. So once you are influential over everybody, you win that victory. And diplomatic is near the end of the game when the United Nations is happening. If you get the most delegates on your side, then, well, if you get more than half of what's in the game, vote for you. So you have city-states on your side, and there's other ways to get them through wonders, like the Forbidden Palace and stuff. But once you get the majority of the votes for you to be the world leader, you'll win that victory. And then, of course, there's all kinds of little things, and you can make the game probably unrecognizable to me just by making all these changes, but this is what I like. I usually prefer these to be on, where you won't see the animations for them moving or fighting, but it'll be more fun for this video to actually watch them do stuff. And I believe I will pause the video here and pick back up when it's not loading anymore. I'll see you in the game. Okay, so looks like we rolled Japan here. Normally you get to hear whoever the narrator is. I think he's from Babylon 5 or something, and maybe something else, but he's got a pretty nice voice. Unfortunately, when the game is loading up my recording software, Bandicam, actually it's probably the fault of my computer being somewhat out of date, but it doesn't really keep up during that, so it would not appear very good to you or to anybody watching the video, but to me everything would seem normal. Anyway, Japan, oh wait, with the latest patch they changed Japan. They used to be an all-out war civilization, but I guess, let me see here. Units fight as though they were at full strength even when damaged. Okay, well that was how it always was. +1 culture from each fishing boat and +2 culture from each atoll. I don't even know what an atoll is. Alright, so apparently they get a little bit of a buff on culture because Japan was one of the worst ones since they were pretty much shoehorned into only going domination, and then if they couldn't win by that, they were somewhat screwed unless they got a lucky start. So their unique units here are the samurai, which is a long sword replacement, and gets a buff on open terrain, I believe. And then Zero is buffer fighter once you start getting flight. Usually late in the game. I guess the winner isn't always determined, but usually there's kind of a top dog and maybe another one or two that you're fighting against, but Zero is not a bad thing, of course. Let's start off here. Okay, so I do like starting River Coast, even though it's a one-tile river, but I guess it'd be considered 2 tiles, actually. But being on the hill is also nice. But then again, I'm surrounded by unique resources here. Or, I mean, good resources. Now let me show you. I turn on these resource icons. That way it's really easy to see them. Because like, if I'm just breezing by, those pearls are somewhat hard to see. I mean, not really, but I guess if you're not really paying attention, you could miss them. So this, of course, makes it plain obvious. There's a hex grid here, and the hotkey for that's G, which I don't play with it on unless I need to measure things, which I probably will if we get into a naval battle or something. There's also Settlers of Catan view here, or the strategic view is what this game calls it, so I don't play on that because it's too weird for me. First I usually move the warrior, and it looks like we're in a bunch of jungle here, and I didn't learn anything new, but I know there's nothing more that way. The reason I like to start on a hill is both for better production reasons, and it's also a better place. It fights enemies that come within your territory better, so I think I'm going to go ahead and move on it. There's some cows over here, so that probably wasn't bad, and I'm still in range of all this eventually when my culture borders expand, so next turn we'll settle the city. I might be behind the AI, but at least I'll start on a really good spot for the city. Alright, so there's Kyoto. And of course I can name it whatever I want, but I prefer to just stick with the real names of the civilization cities. My warrior up there, and I'm gonna go scout first, which I usually do, I guess, unless I'm on an island map or something. And good production focus here, except I want to make sure I'm working the best food tiles. The food will make it so more citizens are born faster, and then I can work more tiles with more citizens. So in the long run, my production and gold will be better if I work on growth now. And then there's the happiness you got to take into account. You don't want to go negative on happiness, so if I'm going to grow to the point where my happiness is in trouble, I'll try to stop growing. I'm going to go pottery here because I want to get a shrine going and a granary and have the possibility of getting a religion founded. In a game with 8 people like I'm playing right now, only 5 religions can be founded. There's Mount Kilimanjaro. If I can get... it's a natural wonder, which increased the happiness. As you see, it went from 5 to 6. And also, if I get my military unit within range 1 tile away from it, he will be faster over hills. So I want to get him up there after I get this ancient ruin. See what's in here. Looks like 60 gold. Alright. Not bad. Some marble might be a good second city position. Typically you want to settle your new cities around new luxury resources. Like as you can see here, the luxury resources I have are wine and pearls. So marble would be a new one. Of course, desert's not always good to work, but a natural wonder would be good to work. I'll get 3 food, 2 culture out of that. That's probably where one of my cities is going to go. Now, he's got this altitude training, so he should be able to run over hills and be just fine. I'll go get that other ruin. I'm on a really snaky looking, it looks like a fractal map, but I know I said Continents Plus. Maybe I should, yeah, Continents Plus. Alright, so newborn scout will go this way. See what's in here. Alright, there's spearmen now. Not bad, even though I don't know how many enemies are going to be around on this skinny place. So I'm going to go monument for now, and I usually go for a second scout. But if I'm on just this by myself, I'm definitely not going to do that. This looks like it might open up into something big. Hopefully I don't want to be alone really, because I want to at least have city-states or something to get some trade going with, because gold will be a problem later. Alright, there's a city-state, and within viewing range. So, since I can't get over there and steal workers from him or anything, I'm going to go ahead and pledge to protect him, and that way my resting influence will go up to 10. It'll be easier to get him to become friendly with me later if I do something for him. With them, I should say. I guess it's not a person, it's a city. Okay, and Kyoto grew. So let's get that on another high food tile. Turn. The monument will increase my culture here, which will allow me to adopt social policies. I usually like to go liberty if I'm planning on being a warlike, which I am planning since I'm Japan. I get that culture buff, and I do have fishing resources around me.
Shall the clay say to him that fashioneth it, what makest thou?
I'm going to go ahead and let him read those. Just because it's interesting if it's your first time. Of course, I usually just blow through them now because I've played this game too much. Well, not too much, but a lot. Okay, so I need bronze working to chop down this jungle, so I do need to consider going that way. But I would also like animal husbandry to take advantage of these cattle later and find horses on the map, so I'm going to go with that. Since I don't have a worker yet, it doesn't really matter anyway. But then I'm pretty much going to go mining and straight for bronze working, probably. That way I can get those jungle cleared. And an unknown civilization has already founded a pantheon. That was pretty fast. That means there must be a religious civ in the game that has a unique religion buff. Ability. I believe there's something like 43, something like that, civilizations in this game. So there's a lot, and they're all different. So, one thing I like about the game, it's pretty cool for that reason. Oh boy, that scout might be dead. Oh, I think I'm on a little island here by myself. Interesting, I'm Japan on an island, makes sense, but when you play continents, it's not how it happens, usually. Okay, so I'm not going to go with a scout then if I really am on this tiny island, so we'll skip that. I guess I'll go straight for a worker then. Get these tiles improved. This scout might die if he comes out. Oh yeah, I'm dead. He's promoted, but it won't matter. I guess I should send my warrior down, or spearman now, down toward there and avenge him. I mean, I'm sad to lose the scout that early, and it was my own fault, but I don't know if I even needed him. And later when I can cross the water, I guess I could have used him, but kind of like he'd have been sitting around here for quite a while until I could do that, that's for sure. Okay, so that culture, from the monument has led to me getting this. Okay, so I would go Liberty normally, but it looks like I'm going to be stuck on this island by myself, so I'm going to go with Tradition instead, because it's better for quick growth. Liberty's only good if you're going to have a big sprawling, like, connected together empire. And that's not going to happen for me for quite a while.
Shalt not muzzle the ox when he treadeth out the corn.
Okay, animal husbandry done. My workers finished. I can go improve those cattle. Speaking of that, yeah, that's a better tile. So I should be paying more attention. Switching those guys around when necessary. Okay, so I'm going to work on mining, because as you can see, it's going to lead to bronze working here. I also need to get calendar so I can get the wine. Happiness is not a problem right now. I would like to go get those ruins, beat up on those barbarians. So Kyoto grew. I'm on another food. My production's pretty good because of being on that hill, but other than that, production's bad around the surrounding area. Excuse me. Where'd the barb? Oh, this might connect to a bigger continent. Okay, so another population came out of those ruins. That's, in my opinion, the better tile for now. Speeds up production and allows the city to grow just a little more. Okay, so the legalism here. It's going to be a little weird for Japan, but I'm going to have to go a little peaceful in these early turns. Fight my way through these barbarians. The good thing about Japan is they fight at full strength even when injured like this one is. So, I don't know how that's going to go though.
The meek shall inherit the earth, but not its mineral rights.
Well, let's take shock here. I think the problem is if I come through here, that bowman will take me out. We will see then. Maybe I should have healed, even though I fight at full strength. Let's see if I need bronze working yet. I guess I don't really need it yet. So maybe I should do something else, like get archery. Actually, do I really need to worry about defense? I don't think I do. Better safe than sorry. Oh good, they didn't die. Will I take him out in one turn? This will be interesting. Full strength with one guy. Can Japan pull this off? This looks so funny. Oh yes! One! Only Japan could have pulled that off. Any other Civ, I'd have had to retreat back and heal and come back. It had taken up so much time. Alright, well now I'll sit there and heal. And I'll go, cattle would be the best one to work here. I'll go get those. Okay, so I got the worker done. I could start working on a settler, but I think first I'll get a shrine going. Try to get a religion up. I'm gonna need to work those pearls. Which means I'm gonna need sailing and a workboat. Turns are going quick here. This guy's gonna dare approach. It'll take a while for them to heal up, but that was definitely worth it.
The haft of the arrow had been feathered with one of the eagle's own plumes. We often give our enemies the means of our own destruction.
So now I'm starting to regret losing that scout even more. I don't have marshes and I don't need quarries. But yeah, and I can't build the pyramid, so masonry's useless to me right now. I believe I will go calendar and work on those the wine there. And I can come get this silk. You need calendar for that. I will need quarries for this stone, so this will be a good place for another city right here. Somewhere in here. Another one over by these horses or something. And then of course I want one up there. My second city will probably go up there. Good thing about this area is I can expand about 4 cities or so without pissing anybody off, at least I don't think. Alright, so let's take this for faster growth in the city, or in the capital. And, for the granary here, and then I'll start worrying about getting settlers out. Where are... Yeah, actually, I want that, and get him on that food. This is a good tile now. And I'll go ahead and build a mine here to, when the production focus that a civilian or citizen lands on there, it's worth even more production. So let's get to work on that. I guess to improve the bananas, I need bronze working, after all. Now it's at 5 citizens, pretty nice. Let's go to that jungle tile. Looking good. I'll probably let it grow to 6 before I actually work on a settler, because when you build a settler, it halts your growth completely, so if you're just about to grow, you might as well work on something besides a settler.
So teach us to number our days, so that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom.
It's a good thing I didn't take the heal earlier. I'd have been regretting it if I actually lost, but now he's very good on open terrain. And let's new research going. Guess I better work on that sailing to go for the pearls. What we got going on here? Alright, very good. There's a city-state over there. I haven't met another civilization yet, which is uncommon, but when you're on this weird-looking land, I guess it's not all that uncommon, really. I mean, this early in the game, only those sailing-type civs like Polynesia would be able to find me. Go ahead and pledge to protect Buenos Aires there. Okay, now he's done with that mine, and oh, I'm done with calendar, so once I improve this, I'll get 4 more happiness. It'll be safer to expand. Well, it'll always be safe, I guess, but just come over here and heal before I take on those barbarians. I might not fight the barbarians until he wants me to, so I might just leave him alone. Okay, so in 1 turn I will become 6. So I'll work on an archer until then. Oh, for that 1 turn, I mean. I guess we'll see how many turns until it becomes 7. Let me just fortify here. Okay, 9 turns, so time to switch to a settler. Okay, so I will work the most production tiles. That doesn't look like it matters. Like this, see if it matters. 8 turns. 9 turns. So that's better. By 1 turn. No, it might seem a little ridiculous, but every little turn matters at this point in the game. Actually, I guess at every point in the game it might matter. Later in the game, a fleet of battleships can do a hell of a lot in just 1 turn. Let's see. Oh, okay, so now this city wants ivory, which means if I provide it for them somehow, they will show their appreciation by... I believe they just grow faster. I don't know if they do anything else, but they might do something else, like more production or something. I know growth for sure. Which if you're having happiness problems, you might not really want them to be growing quick anyway.
He who commands the sea has command of everything.
Alright. We'll get to work on a workboat later and come get those pearls. I guess for now I'll go bronze working. And that'll be all I need to be able to improve these tiles in the immediate area. Well, I will need masonry for the stone here and that marble whenever I want to get it. That's definitely something we don't need to worry about right now. Get some farms up to help with the growth. Oh, there's a city-state border. Can't see it though. Maybe if I stand right here, but I doubt it. Okay, so if I fight the barbarians near him, he will... I will gain influence with that city-state, so might as well fight it when it's up against the border like that. Barbarian camps will spawn in the fog of war, so there could be a camp just outside my city, and I'm sure there is actually, but I will want to be very careful with my settler when he comes out because I don't have any other warriors around. Oh, come on. Well, the city will take care of him now, and I won't get any appreciation for that. I won't be the one that got the kill. Oh well. Let's see if the continent goes any farther down. Okay, so as you can see here, the game is recommending that I settle where I wanted to anyway. It's usually pretty good about showing you really good spots to settle, but I have had it do a few weird things before, like tell me I should go all the way out, like around an enemy. I shouldn't say an enemy, but another civilization, which really pisses them off when you do something like that. And then your only choice is to go to war with them eventually because you're completely surrounding him with your cities. And the AI's done it to me too, so...
Here Hector entered, with a spear 11 cubits long in his hand. The bronze point gleamed in front of him and was fastened to the shaft of the spear by a ring of gold.
Alright, cool. Well, I'm going to fortify here and heal up. Probably take on this camp eventually. He doesn't want me to attack it. Actually, I might take a look. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is try to clear out that camp and see if this goes any farther. Let's see here. Okay, so bronze working's done, so I'm going to come make this a plantation. And let's get him over. I want to settle right there. Actually, either way, I'm in range of Mount Kilimanjaro. I don't need to go masonry yet, but I would like to go construction. I should go philosophy to go to Quick National College, I guess. I don't need to go construction yet because... Let me just go writing for now and we'll see what happens. In 7 turns I'm probably going to want to get masonry. Ah, crap. Well, let's fight. Well, I gotta retreat with him. And what I'm gonna do now is change production to an archer. Him building a plantation there. Now I will switch my tiles. And I will see you in the next part. I'm gonna end this one.